everyone, this is Heidi. I'm coming to you from sunny Florida, where I live with my significant other, Bill, and I live in a lovely community in Florida. So today is Monday, April 24th, and it is going to be a hot day already. It's in the 70s, and it's only 8 o'clock in the morning, and it's supposed to be like about 85 today. So I want to give a warm welcome to any new viewers out there. I'm so glad you found me. I hope you like it. And if you do, give me a thumbs up and consider subscribing so you can see what I'm doing next time. And if you're returning, welcome back. I'm glad you're here with me. So before I get into the nitty gritty, if you want to find me other than YouTube, I'm on Instagram and Ravelry as Yarnit Heidi. And anything I discuss today, I will link down below in case you want to check these things out. And some things can influence. I'll tell you how I get influenced very shortly. So I had a great week. I had so much done. Wait till you see how much I've done. 5 finished objects, a half object, and a couple of works in progress that I've been slacking on. Some of them I just not into doing right now. So let's get on to it. First, we're going to go on to finished objects. Okay, so like I said, 5 of them. I can't believe how productive I was, but some of them are like fun things. I guess I'm not, I guess I'd say I'm in a little bit of rut, like nothing is fulfill me the way I want to do. So I'm trying to do something that's quick and easy and doesn't take much brain power, except for one. You'll see that shortly. Okay, let's get cracking. Grab a drink and let's go on. Okay, the first one, I just mentioned a couple of minutes ago how influenced I am. I watch a podcast, Carla Knits, and she's a friend of mine. I've gotten to be friendly with her. And when I was watching it, she had an item. I was like, oh, I want to make those as gifts to people. And I couldn't help myself. So, and the funny thing is, I did a few of them. I'll show you in a minute. And then I showed my friends. And guess what? I influenced them too. So it's like a vicious circle, but not so vicious. You know, we all influence each other and it's fun. So let's get with it. So they are called tree scrubbies. I made like 4 of them. And I want to shout out to Carla. Thank you for influencing me or enabling me to do something like this. They only take like 10 minutes. And I'm going to give them as gifts during the holidays. I'm going to get some blue for Hanukkah. There's green for Christmas. Oh, I don't have red either. But I'll look into getting that too. So let's get with it. The pattern, I think it's from Yarnspirations. I forget. What I did is on Carla's podcast, I clicked the link and it took me there. So the yarn is Red Heart Scrubby Sparkling. And I think this is marshmallow. This is green. I don't even remember the colors that I got. Maybe this is watermelon. Anyway, I'm going to get a couple of more from them and make them. They take like 10 minutes, so quick. So the hook that I use, I have to look on my notes. I forget. I've done so much. A size H. It is crochet, and it takes 10 minutes. What else do I have to say about it? Nothing. It's just very simple. They have a video on it and also written instructions. And that's it. So I'll give it as a gift and I'll give some dish liquid to go with it and wrap it up in a little ribbon. And happy holidays. So I'm going to do, I don't know, maybe 5 more. We'll see how many more. And I'll give them away. So that's finished object number 1. Okay. Number 2 is a test knit that I was doing for Natalie from knittingnatty.com and also from the Love and Stitches podcast. She has, I should have brought them out. these yarn cozies, and I've made quite a few of them in the knitted version. So now she made crochet versions and for smaller sizes. Not so much the 100 gram, but like the 50 and the 20 gram sizes. So I said, that should be fun to do. It's not a long test knit, and it's fun. So I did one, and here it is. It came out so perfect. Her directions are fantastic. She tells you what your gauge should be at different points, like from the bottom, how big this circle should be, how much length it should be, how wide. So her pattern is excellent, and it's step by step with her. Anyway, what I used was, this is crochet, so I got a lot of crochet in these last couple of weeks. It seems to be what I've been drawn to lately. You know, guys, with your hobby, fluctuates up and down with your mood, and it really dictates how you feel on doing your projects. So lately I've been wanting to do crochet, maybe the motion of going fast and simple, I don't know. So anyway, this is Mandy's Making Yarn. It was from my stash. I really don't know which colorway it was. It might have been one of a kind. And I used a size C hook. And I used she has two different ones, a 20 gram or a 50 gram, and then you could do a ribbed type pattern or just a basic pattern like I did, single crochet. And I chose the 50 gram because I would use them more often. And I didn't do any ribbing. I just did the simple, single crochet and a really cool bind off. And she tells you how to close it up so you don't see the gap so much, which I wasn't so great at. I have a little bit of bump here. And then I put in a 50 gram, yarn, and it fits snug as a rug. It's so nice. Anyway, this is going live. The pattern is not out yet, but it is going live in May. I've done quite a few. It's a quick fix, and they really hold nice. Look how nice that holds in there. So nice. So coming soon in May. I'm not sure of the date, but it's coming out. So check it out when you get a chance. It's a great way to make something and be useful with it. Okay, the next one, finished object number 3, I'm so excited about, because when I look at it, I was like, I did this? It was, and it's impressive for somebody who doesn't knit or crochet. When they see something like this, I would be impressed if I saw somebody else do it. And actually, I was impressed. That's why I did it, because I saw it from the Crazy Sock Lady. This is a stocking that I wanted to make. It was a dream project of mine. I wanted to make for my son, as an heirloom. And he's a big train fanatic. Matter of fact, he works for a train company. And I want to give it to him. So he doesn't know that I finished doing anything yet. And I don't know even if he watches my podcast, he probably would be, bored. He's not interested in this stuff. So let me tell you about it. Of course, everything went smoothly, and nothing ever goes smoothly entirely with me. So I did hit a little glitch, nothing major, and I'll tell you in a little bit. So this is called the Steamer Train by Ursula Almeida, and she has quite a few different patterns. I'm going to make one for my daughter-in-law too, and a future grandchild. So check her out and I'll link it down below. And Steamer Train, the yarn is from Knit Picks, their palette base, and the colors are ash, bear, and pimento. And what did I use? A size 2 needle. And the pattern is so beautiful. Every single thing, like she has a chart for each one, very simple to understand. For these are like railroad tracks. Believe it or not, it's not that hard. I didn't have any issues with that at all. My issue came with the heel. Now we'll get into, everything always seems so perfect when you see other people. Oh, it looks like a piece of cake. Never with me. There's always something that I have to figure out or, challenge a little bit. This heel, okay? I did not like the that much with the directions of the heel. It's done like an afterthought heel, which I have no problem doing. I'll do lots of socks. I like the afterthought heel. But she wanted you to do the Kitchener grafting when there was like 68 stitches on the needles. That means 30 on, 34 on one, 34 on the other, something like that. 68, I'm not exactly sure of the number. Well then, if that's the case, I'm gonna have this big line across the heel that was driving me crazy. I pulled it out 3 times because I did not like having that big line to close it up. So I took it out 3 times to keep trying to do it with lesser stitches. And then I said, heck with it, I'm going down to like 20 stitches and then grafting off. And that's what I did. And I'm still not totally pleased with how that is, but it will have to do. I wasn't going to go back down all the way to here. No way. I'm a little bit of a perfectionist, but that was going to be a lot. And that could have been a rabbit hole. Who knows how many errors. And I didn't want to get into the color work. So I let it be, and I'll just suck it up. And if, when I give it to him, he doesn't know about this little thing. He's just going to say, oh, it's a nice sock, and he's not going to know. But the next one, I'm not going to do the afterthought as per the pattern. I'm going to do it the way that I normally do all my other socks, where I go down to just, I'm just going to do it my way. And it may be a little bit longer, and I don't know. I think it will come out different if I do it my way. So that was one thing, but I can live with it. He's not going to know. The other issue that I had, and it's really not a big issue, is, okay, I did an I-cord hanger, which she tells you to do, no problem there, but I'm not good with finishing up, like attaching it so that it will stay stable. So I talked to some of my people from the Love and Stitches membership on Zoom calls, and they told me what to do of how to get it on secure, and I think I did a pretty good job. I like sewed it down into here with the yarn, but to hold it together, because I wanted it to stay good, I used clamps so it would stay together, and I could just sew it in, and that worked perfectly. Hopefully it won't break off, and if it does, I'll say give it back and I'll try to do it again, but I think it's good. I really sewed it tight in. So this is the front of it and this is the back. And I can't wait to give it to him. I'm going to give it to him like before the holidays, not for Christmas, because what's the point? He can't use it then. So who knows if he'll even use it. He might just use it as a decoration, because he might have his own stocking now that he wants to keep up. But I have a feeling that this will be something that he'll love and cherish, because he's an old soul. Anyway, that is the end of finished object number 3. The next one is another gift, and it is a market bag. I took this yarn out of my stash. Oh wow, I just realized how cool it worked up like this. Like this is dark with this kind of thing, and then this purple. I didn't even realize that until now. Anyway, I'm digressing. It's a market bag for my daughter-in-law because they just moved into back where my son was raised, and they bought, well, they're looking for a house, but right now they're renting, but they have a wonderful farmer's market there, and they could walk to it. So I think she'll really love bringing this, to get some stuff. So the yarn was from my stash, Circulo Whoopee it's called. That's their base, the Whoopee base. The colorway, is there a colorway? I think it's just a number, 9975. It's 100% mercerized Brazilian cotton. Circulo is so beautiful, their yarn. Size F hook. And what else did I do? It's by Rachel Counts, that's the designer. And of course, a little bit of a glitch. Not really, it was my fault, nothing to do with the pattern or this, that. Well, the strap I felt was, according to the pattern, I felt was too short. So I added 7 extra rows. And then you seam the 2 sides of the strap together. You make a seam. Well, I did that, and then when I looked at it, I did the sides, one side, the right side, one side, the wrong side. It was twisted. It's like, oh my, and meanwhile I already cut the yarn. Ding dong. So I had to feed in some new yarn, and then I made a seam, and it's not perfect at all. It's not great. It's crooked or whatever, but it was the best I can do under that circumstance. I'm so mad that I cut the yarn and that it was twisted because I did the wrong sides to get like the right side and the wrong side together, and it twisted up. Ding dong, be more careful, Heidi. So anyway, nothing to do with the pattern. It was all on me. Anyway, well, I like it, and I think she'll like it. I still have so much left of this. I may make another one. I don't know what else to do with this yarn. There's so much left over. So that's project number 4 finished. The last one is, and I think I showed you the last time I was starting it, is a hat for my son. Yeah, everything I've made was for gifting except for the yarn cozy. So this one is, and I made one before, but I gifted it. It's called the Multnomah Falls Hats. And I was just a few months ago in Oregon visiting my son, and we went to the Multnomah Falls for the first time. Of course, I didn't have the hat. I gifted it a while back, and I was like, oh, I gotta make another one and give it to my son who actually lives there. So this is it. It's by Kay Hopkins. I used a 4 for the brim and 6 for the body with beautiful cabling. What a nice written pattern. The pattern is so beautifully written. I love this pattern. And the yarn is Berroco Vintage. The colorway is Tangerine. It's a worsted weight. It has so much bulk on it. It's a medium-sized hat that I got him to make. And I'll put it on. I didn't put it on because it's not my color. I do not look good in this color. But I'll put it on just to show what it looks like. There. It's not my color, but it's a beautiful, beautiful hat. When I put a picture on Instagram, I went down like this because it doesn't look good on me, but I wanted to show all the beautiful work on it. Wait, let me see if it's good. I'm gonna see if you can see close. Anyway, it is a beautiful pattern by Kay Hopkins. I recommend this as a hat. It's so like squishy and firm and solid. And that's another finished object, and it didn't take long. The cabling is so much fun on this, so much fun. Okay, last night I finished a half project, and it's on my Make 9 list that is hosted by Amy from the Noble Character Crafts podcast. And I'm so excited. It's going to be number 5 when I get done with it. It's only a half project. So being a half project, it is a sock. Here it is. It's called the Collage Socks by Helen Stewart. It was part of her knit vent that she does every year during the holidays, like the month of November, December, I'm not sure. She puts out like 6 patterns for a really good price for Advent season. And it's using like your minis, your scraps or whatever. So I use my scraps, but I gotta show you, you can't see it too well, but there's a lace pattern in here that's really pretty on the leg. So the ribbing is a twisted ribbing. Is it 1 by 1? I'm not sure if it was 1 by 1. Yeah, it is. It's 1 by 1 twisted rib, which I love that look. Then this lace pattern on the leg, and then the foot, and then the toe, and the heel is just a regular slip stitch and gusset heel. The yarn that I used is my scraps. A lot of it's from Mandy's Makings, I see, and then I forget where I got the blue from. And it's a size small. I think I did 56 stitches. I gotta look at my cheat sheet because I feel like I'm forgetting something on this. Okay. So, yeah, by Helen Stewart. Okay, size 1 needles. I used 2 circulars, my favorite way of knitting socks. I only did, I think, 45 rows for the leg. I did change up a little bit of when she changes colors, because I was like, oh my God, there's so much of this pink. I better change it. Not when she says it, but when I feel like it's, going to be enough there before the toe. And that's what I did. So that was the only change I did on this. Yeah. I just added the color before she did, because then it was only going to be like a little bit of this color, and I didn't want that. Anyway, it's a little bit of funky the way the colors are going, but I didn't care. They're still really cool. And for anybody that doesn't know, with these light bulbs, this is how I count my rows, because I want the other sock to be very similar. And hopefully I will. Sometimes I do the second one, something goes wrong and it's not exactly the same. But I really like them, this pattern. So this is again by Helen Stewart, the collage socks, and it's on my Make 9, so I can't wait to check that off. 5 things. And then I just started number 6. But I'm not going to show that yet because it doesn't look like anything. So that is all it. 5 finished, 1 half finished. That is being productive in 2 weeks' time since I last spoke with you guys. So let's move on to whips. Okay, my works in progress. Boy, I don't have many that I've worked on. I only worked on a couple. I have this Mandela Afghan up in not wanting to do it. It's crochet, I guess, because the part that I'm doing is repetitious and it's so much of it. And like I said the last time, you lose your joy when it's so long. So that's on the back burner. My wallop cowl is on the back burner. I should really get going on that because it's almost done. My scrappy blanket, but that's okay. That's my cozy memory blanket. But here's the one I am so done with it, and I still have ways to go. It's my Stephen West, the mystery cow that was back in October, the twist and turn. It's no longer a mystery, and I didn't even care about that back then either. I just, I don't know why I'm dreading this so much. So what I do is 30 minutes it's supposed to be 30 days, but this is like 30 minutes for forever, the way it's been going. And that's all right. I didn't work on it today because I got up early and I wanted a podcast with you guys, and I have a busy day. But I know during the week I will do it. I try to do it almost every day. So it is the Twist and Turns by Stephen West. It was a make-along that no longer is a make-along. I'm using, let me show it to you first. And when I spoke with you guys last time, or if this is your first time, I was only on, let's see here. This is it. I'm trying to see which side I'm on. Where are you? Oh, man. It's that kind of a day. Oh, on this side. I'm on this side now. This side. And I put a progress keeper in here. Here we go. Because with the Love and Stitches membership, we're doing this little game. And this week, the challenge is, or the task is to put a marker where you are. And then by Thursday, let's see how far you go. So that's where that little squirrel progress keeper is. I forget where I get it from. Anyway, the last time we spoke, I was only like up to here. So I did all this, and let's see if I can get the full effect here. Here's this, and then there's the other side. I'm not sure I'm crazy about this brown here, but there's nothing I can do about it now. I'll see how everything else blends. But I like it in here, and I like it, I'm not crazy about the wings. It looks like a bat. What can I tell you? So about this, the yarn, it's on a size 4. I'm on clue 2 with the pattern. I think I have 2 more clues. This is torture now. And the yarn is from Moonglow Yarn Co., which is a lovely yarn company, but by Whitney the dyer. And the colors are Capri, which is this turquoise type color, and this is Sunkissed Coral, and the brown is Warm Cinnamon. Anyway, I'm putting through it. I hope to get through clue 2 by the next time we speak and go on to clue 3. And his instructions are excellent. I mean, I recommend it if you want to challenge yourself, do new techniques. This is all for you. But I think in October, I'm done with the Stephen West shawls. This is my second one I've made. And I love the techniques in doing that, but they're just too long in each clue. And I don't want that. I want it to be long enough, but not this long. So we'll see. I'll do another kind of shawl, you know. I don't know. Maybe I'll think differently in October. You can never say never because we never know. Life changes. So that's it for my knitting. I showed you crochet and my cross stitch project. I've been working on that because with all this knitting and the crocheting, it was like, oh, it's getting, you know, it's wearing on me. It's a little repetitious. So that's why I put my cross stitch in. I'm sorry for reaching over. So this I'm working for my son. He loves dogs. He has 2 dogs. And let's see, I have to get a picture so you guys, you don't know what it is until I show you a picture because, you know, with cross stitching, sometimes it doesn't, you can't see what it is until it's done. Okay, this is it. Let me see if I could bring it close up. It's called the dog pyramid. And there's like 3 dogs, but this is one of them that I'm working for. Very colorful. Originally, the pattern, you'll see the chart is on black, and I do not want to work on black now. I've worked on black, but the thing is, it's not only on black linen, the pattern that they showed you, but there's also black floss that you use. I'm like, I don't want to do it. So this is what it looks like. So I'm on like this section here, and I do like blocks of 10, so that I don't get crazy looking at it. This is, believe it or not, it doesn't look like much. This is a lot of work. I've done a lot of cross stitching. It's a lot of work because of all the color changes. So let me show it again. I gotta put this back in here so I don't lose it. Okay, it's on a linen. I think it's a 28 count. Maybe it's like a, I don't think it's cashel linen. It's harder than that. I'm not sure what kind of linen it is. It was in my stash. And all different colors. There's a lot of color changes. So I work in like blocks of 10. And I do like that section in there. And then I'm going to start up here and do that section. But there's something soothing about cross stitching, about going up and down, up and down. And it is very soothing. So I love cross stitching. I've been doing it for like 30 years. Maybe more than that. Maybe 40 years. I think 40 years. So there's not much to tell. It's just called Dog Pyramid. And I'll link it below. And I use a, a size 28 needle and this linen. I only like stitching on either linen or perforated paper. Sometimes I'll do Aida, but very rarely do I work on Aida. So that's it. I'm trying to think what else there was to tell you about that. Nothing, just DMC floors. I actually found this in my stash, and I must have bought it from somebody and they just never did it, but they wrapped up like the yarn that they needed for each section, because it looked like it was going to be started, but they never did. So that was in my stash, which was good. Okay, I'm just going to take a sip. Okay, let's move on to acquisitions. Okay, my acquisition, not many. I've been trying to cut down on my buying acquisitions. I try as much as I want yarn. I'm trying not to look. I'm trying to get through some of my stash, but sock, what is it called? Sock week is coming up in a couple of months. I'll be buying yarn for that. Hopefully, if I get in, you know, when they have these knit alongs or crochet alongs and their sponsors, it's almost like pressure to me because I want the sponsored item. But if you don't get it on time, if you're not on the Etsy or Instagram quick enough, you miss out on it. And that's pressure to me. Like, so I get like anxiety because I want it so bad, but then I might not get it, and then am I going to get FOMO? So, as much as I want in sake, I have to put in my head, if I don't get it, it's okay. So, a little digression with that. So I haven't purchased much, but I did join up a club with Fangirl Fibers. She had a sock club, like with a theme called like the Smut Club, and mainly, reading romance novels. And it was called the Smut Club, and she had a yarn one, and then she had a fabric one for cross stitching. So I said, well, I got enough yarn, and I have quite a bit of fabric, not as much as my yarn. So I said, I'll join the fabric one for the Smut Club. So this is the fabric she sent for the club. And it's called, what is it called? Oh my God, I don't know. Well, the book is called A Touch of Darkness. That's the smut book, a romance book that she has. And what is this called? Hold on, let me see if I have it. Oh, Olympic Powers? I can't even read my writing. Hold on, let me see if I have it in here. I can't even read my writing. Isn't that pathetic? All right, hold on. Sorry for the crinkling, but I didn't want to do the crinkling. Olympic Lovers Powers. Olympic Lovers. I think that's the name of this fabric that she called it. From Fangirl Fibers. So I think I did for a few months. I think I'm going to stop it because I'm not reading the book. Oh, I just looked in there. There's a touch of yellow in here. I'm not reading those kind of romance books. They kind of bore me. But, and the fabric, I got lots of it. And I don't know. I don't know if I'll keep it going. Whatever. There's other ones I want to join. I want to join the, what is it, row 1, the minis. And I also want to join, what other one? There was one other, Yarnable. But I'm going to wait and see. Right now, I have too much going on with all my stuff. So that's it for acquisitions. Let's move on to life adventures. Okay, not much. Actually, you'd think it would be very boring, and I'm not a boring type person, but there was nothing much happening. A lot of relaxing by the pool, which we never get to do. So we went to the pool and hung out there, and so peaceful. And that's where I plug in my headphones. I watch my fellow podcasters out there. And what else do I watch? And then I knit and crochet while at the pool. So it's really heavenly. That's like perfect. So I'll do that. We've done that. And then we did a couple of social things like out to dinner with friends. On Friday nights, me and Bill, we just have like a little happy hour. I just make it happy hour, make a drink, put out a couple of like hummus and crackers or cheese and crackers, whatever. And then we'd go out to dinner. So this time, reached out to some friends. We had happy hour for a couple of drinks at our place. And then we went out to dinner. So that was a lovely night. And then the next night, went out to dinner, happy hour again, with my sister and her husband. And that is always a good time too. Being with my sister and friends, it's perfect. And that's it. Oh my gosh, I don't have much. Today I have a busy day. After I podcast and edit all this stuff, I kind of invited myself because Mondays have lightened up a little bit for me. I prepare for my week of work, but I used to play in a mahjong tournament, and that was a whole day thing. I don't know if I'm going to do that anymore because it's almost like a job, and it's stressful, and some of the people are so crotchety. I'm like, you know what? I'd like my Mondays free, and if a friend asks me to play in a game, I'm going to play, and that's only 3 hours. With the tournament, it's like an 8-hour day, and your head is spinning by the time you get home. So today, my sister is teaching some people how to play mahjong. And I said, well, do you need a fifth? And she said, no, but, you want to come? I was like, well, I said, I'd love to come if you'd have me. So, and I'll help teach because I love teaching. I've taught knitting, I've taught crochet. Well, not so much crochet because I'm a lefty, but I've taught knitting, and I've taught mahjong. And I said, I'd love to do it. So I'm going to go with her to, it's at a friend's house of hers. She's teaching some women. And that will be a fun day to make. So that's what I'm doing for the day. Nothing else to report. So I'm going to end it here so I don't bore you. I wish you love and peace in your life. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.